So you want a vehicle that's luxurious, that's stylish, that's sporty when you drive it. However, you need lots of space. For passengers, of course. Well, we might just be taking a look at the vehicle for you. Today on Used Car Reviews, we're taking a look at the third generation Acura MDX.
Teach me about style.
This is the third generation Acura MDX. It was introduced in 2014, had a facelift in 2017, and is being made until 2020. The Acura MDX comes with a 3.5 liter V6 that makes a respectable 290 horsepower and about 269 pound-feet of torque. It comes with a 9-speed automatic transmission, and if you upgrade to the Sport Hybrid model, you can also get a 7-speed dual clutch. The MDX can be purchased in a few different trims. Either you get the base model, Tech Package, Elite Package, or Sport Hybrid. In 2019, Acura also released the A-Spec Design Package, which gives the car in the interior and exterior a more aggressive and sporty appearance. And it also showcased the brand direction of Acura. The one we're driving today is the Elite Package, and the Elite Package has pretty much all the bells and whistles you'd ever want in an MDX. However, only in the later model years could you purchase an Acura MDX with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So if you're looking for those features in this vehicle, then you might have to step up to 2019 or above. Let me give you a brief history about Acura's MDX. So the MDX was first introduced in 2001 and has been made for 3 generations. The MDX was produced in the Alliston, Ontario Honda plant, which is located in Canada. However, for the third generation we have right here, it's been made in Lincoln, Alabama. So the MDX has always been a North American made car for the North American market. The MDX is Acura's best-selling vehicle in their portfolio, and Acura claims that it's the best-selling luxury SUV in the entire segment. So many of these vehicles have been sold brand new, meaning you can find a lot of these in the used car market. The interior of the MDX is a great place to be in. You get lots of high-quality materials everywhere. The seats I love. They're extremely comfortable, they bolster you well, and they also look very nice. This vehicle, although it may not feel as upscale as the German competitors, it still does feel of high quality, and what this MDX also has that makes it such a remarkable value is all the features. Especially in higher trim packages like the Elite model, you get so many features like DVD player, navigation, Bluetooth. You get standard Acura Watch. So Acura Watch is basically a system where you have your radar cruise control, your lane keep assist, your blind spot warning alert system, your lane mitigation system, automatic collision braking. There's so many features that make this MDX such a safe vehicle. And talking about safety, the MDX scores very high in terms of crash test ratings, as you can see here. So the MDX is one of the best in terms of crash test scores in its segment. And along with the features I mentioned of Acura Watch, this vehicle makes a very compelling buy in terms of just safety factors alone. So the MDX is a sibling to the Honda Pilot. And the Honda Pilot is much bigger inside in terms of space. The MDX does not fulfill if you're looking for space alone. Because of the sleek design and the marketing of this car as a sporty luxury SUV, there has been some sacrifices made in terms of space. You do get 7 seats in this vehicle as standard. The last row has 2 seats, and it is only ideal for people of smaller stature or children. For adults, it's doable, you can fit in there, but it's very tight and they won't be happy for long if they're sitting at the back row. However, if you sit in the middle row, you have very well padded seats, you get lots of leg room, you can also slide your seats forward and backwards, and you get your own climate control system with heated seats as well in the back. One thing I love is the massive TV. It has such a cool widescreen display TV system that would make your journeys that much more enjoyable. And that's the thing about the MDX. Acura has loaded this vehicle with so many features, and they package their vehicles so competitively that once you purchase an MDX, especially in higher trim models, you're not really longing for anything else. unless you're just looking for badge appeal. If that's the case, then this vehicle may not be for you. But if you're looking for a vehicle that's comprehensive in technology features, safety factors, and overall comfort, then it's a great buy. However, talking about features, there's one thing that this MDX lacks until you reach into the 2019 and up model years, and that is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So if Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are features that you're set on having, then either you'd have to jump into a newer model year MDX 2019 and up, or you look at a different vehicle in this segment. Speaking about lack of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as you can see, this MDX has the Acura dual screen display system. Now, it's a very unique system, having dual screens where you can control a bunch of things. Acura has been known for having many buttons, so this was a way for Acura to get away from all those buttons and include all the features of climate control and the radio controls in the middle screen. The top screen shows your navigation system, so it's a funky design whether you love it or hate it. I've noticed there's been quite a bit of glare when I'm in sunny environments, but overall it does take time getting used to. It's not as intuitive and as easy as I was expecting, but if this is a design that you like, then by all means enjoy it, because Acura is going away with this dual screen display in their next generation MDX. Overall, the MDX feels incredibly upscale, and its appeal continues when you drive it. First impressions when I drive this MDX is that it has quite a bit of torque that's great for city driving. So stoplight to stoplight traffic, this car has enough power to keep ahead of anybody. It also is very quiet inside, and the seats feel very comfortable. Now, I think Acura makes some of the best seats in the industry. The suspension in this vehicle soaks up bumps well, but you can still feel the many nooks and crannies in the road. Now, that's the trade-off you get for this kind of vehicle, where there is an emphasis on sportiness. One thing I've noticed in the MDX is the steering. When I put it in sport mode, the steering simply becomes tighter. It does not become more direct or more aggressive. It just becomes tight, and it's harder to maneuver it. So it feels very artificial in sport mode. In regular mode and in comfort mode, it feels fine, just like any regular luxury SUV would. And that does not match the other dynamics of this car when it comes to suspension and transmission and just overall steering and various other feels. Now, this vehicle comes with a 9-speed automatic transmission. The automatic transmission is fine. There has been complaints of this transmission in earlier model years of this third generation MDX, where it felt very rough and artificial. However, for the 2017 and up model years, it feels fine. It feels much more refined, so Acura has probably learned from what their mistakes were in the previous transmission. However, one thing I've noticed is many owners complain of the 9-speed automatic transmission failing very prematurely, like within a few thousand kilometers. So if you're looking for such an MDX, make sure that the transmission is in good condition and you're not going to face a premature transmission failure, because that could be very expensive for an otherwise very reliable vehicle. In terms of performance, this vehicle has a 3.5 liter V6 that makes 290 horsepower and about 269 pound-feet of torque. And like I said, it has very sufficient torque when you're going around in the city. But when you put it into sport mode, the vehicle automatically wants to rev much higher. You have a little bit more engine noise that comes, and it also feels much more stiffer in terms of suspension and steering feel. So this car comes standard with Acura Watch, which has radar cruise control. So basically it locks into the car ahead of you, so you don't have to continuously adjust your speed when you're in cruise control. It also has lane keep assist, so if you're merging out of the lanes, the car automatically shuffles you back into your lanes. It has standard lane mitigation system, blind spot warning detection system, and it's just loaded with safety features. You have this emergency calling feature, Acura Link system. So in terms of safety features and just interior amenities, this car is loaded, and that's one of my favorite things about the MDX, is you can get so much for such a competitive price that if you're not worried about the badge appeal, this car is one of the best buys in market just for its technology and what it comes loaded with. Now, speaking about reliability, Acuras are part of Honda, so these are very reliable vehicles, and if taken care of, these cars easily go hundreds of thousands of kilometers. However, like I said, transmissions aren't Acura's strong points, so please be aware of the condition of the transmission of the potential vehicle you may be looking at. because that can be very expensive. All in all, I found this vehicle to be quite engaging to drive, and I'm pleasantly surprised as it feels much more nimble and lighter than it really is. And this is in part due to the super handling all-wheel drive system, the 290 horsepower engine, and overall the fine chassis tuning that makes this vehicle such a pleasant driving experience. Acura has designed this vehicle to be a sportier luxury SUV, and it's kind of like a jack of all trades. It's engaging and fun to drive when you want it to be. It's very comfortable inside. It also has great space, and you have that great curb appeal that comes with the presence of these kinds of luxury SUVs. I've personally really enjoyed driving this MDX. It's a great car to drive, excellent handling, very comfortable, very spacious, and now I can understand why so many people purchase these MDXs. This vehicle is pretty much a jack of all trades, and if you're looking for one in the used car segment, then it's excellent because many of the competitors of this vehicle, they fall apart and they become very expensive to maintain after their warranty runs out. However, Acura is known to be a brand that makes reliable and durable vehicles, so in the used car market, this MDX is a great buy.